Yeah, we are live. Welcome to our Sunday night partner yoga. My lovely partner, Jamie.
Hello.
I see lots of waves. Hi. We're happy to have everyone join us on our date night. Tomorrow is our 7th anniversary, so we thought this was a really great way to celebrate and connect and just be with each other and invite others to join and just don't take yourselves too seriously. Couple little things to think about. First, if you have mats, that's great, but you don't need to have mats. We have ours, but it's not necessary. And if you can't hear me very well, can you please tell me right now? That would be great. Also, blankets would be good for under knees or for sitting up. Or I have like my meditation pillow, but you don't really need it. Just some blankets, pillows, whatever. Lots of people, it's awesome. Also be mindful of where you're at because it is partners. So one person might be in a different place than the other. So don't feel like you need to go as deep in your practice as the other person. That's for sure. And super important, communication in these poses. So making sure to say like, oh, that's too much, or I can go deeper into this. Those are really important things. And if you also have a baby inside, like I do, really, really important for that communication because we've got some mosquitoes, sorry. Yeah, we want to be careful with those pregnant mamas for sure. And for people who haven't really practiced, definitely grab some pillows, folded blankets, whatever you have. Yeah, and we're just going to have a bit of fun. It's pretty gentle. We're not doing any acro yoga or anything crazy like that. So, yeah, let's get started. So, we're going to start seated. You might want to take some height, but you're going to try and take sort of similar height to each other. We're going to start back to back. And, see, we got to communicate. And you're going to start by lining up your sacrums. So you want to take that bony place in the bottom of your back and find your partners. Just take a breath. So you're going to line your spines up. Notice the warmth of your partner's back. Start to bring your awareness to your breath. Your hands can be on your thighs, belly, wherever feels comfortable. Be aware if one person's like leaning too much, pushing the other. You really want to be equal. Rooted into your sit bones, sitting up nice and tall. Finding light through the crown of your head. Getting those mosquitoes. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. Really starting to connect with our partner. Noticing the rhythm of their breath. Seeing if we start to sync our inhales and our exhales. And from here, we're going to go into some sacrum circles. So one partner is going to take their arms up top, and the other is going to wrap underneath. And you can leave your legs cross-legged if you want, or if you need to open them up, maybe put something under your knees, whatever's comfortable, because we're going to be here for just a little bit. And we're just going to start with some gentle circles. Being mindful if you need more space for that baby, if you have one. And then we'll switch directions, but we're also going to switch the grip of our arms and the direction of our circles. Is that too much?
That's big.
Sorry. Do one more circle and then we'll come back to center. Inhale and then exhale, releasing the arms. And then you're probably going to want to switch, if you have your legs cross-legged, you might want to switch the way that they were crossed. Once again, sitting up nice and tall, making sure you feel the warmth of your partner's back. We're going to come into a gentle twist. So in this twist, we're going to reach around for our partner's leg. But if you can't, don't worry. Don't feel like you have to. You can just reach for the ground too. I'll go that way first. So you're going to inhale together. And then on an exhale, you're going to bring your right arm to your left knee. Or your right hand to your left knee, sorry. And then you're going to bring your left arm around to your partner's right knee. I'm getting all confused with rights and lefts. Being mindful not to go further than you can. It's totally fine to have your hand on the ground. I have super long arms, so it's easy for me. And not twisting too far if it doesn't feel comfortable on baby, if you have baby inside. We'll take one more breath together. And on your exhale, you're going to release. And then we'll switch sides. Taking an inhale to lengthen. And then exhale into the twist. Left arm to right knee. And that right arm to your partner's left knee, if you can. Really feeling that connection to your partner. We'll take one more breath. And on an exhale, you'll come back to center. And from here, we're going to turn to face our partners. You can bring your, if you need height still for this one, totally use it. If not, we're going to come into a wide leg, forward fold. So you can meet your feet together. If you can do that, that's amazing. If not, one person's feet can just be on the inside of the other person's leg. And just really going into these poses slow and really communicating, once again, is super important. So you're going to grab onto each other's forearms, you can see, and then one partner is going to slowly lean back and go further. Once again, just letting them know what's comfortable, what's not comfortable. Making sure to engage your quads, keeping your feet engaged. Being mindful if there's any hyperextension in your knee, just you can put blankets on your knees if you feel like they're hyperextending, or just take a micro bend. I'm taking a couple breaths here. Take one more inhale, and then on the exhale, we'll come up. Maybe switch your grip. And then we'll switch. Other partner comes forward. More? Good.
Good.
Just another breath here. And exhale, come up. And then you can shake the legs out a bit if you need to. You gotta get around your partner though. From here, we're gonna bring our right foot into left foot into our right inner thigh. And then we're gonna come closer to our partner so that our knees and our ankles are basically touching. And then we're going to grab our forearms again. So left arms will be joined. Grabbing the forearms gives you more support. And then you're going to sit up nice and tall. Place your right hand behind, find length. Oh, I did this wrong. Sorry, wrong side. Opposite hand, right hand. So you're going to take your left arm behind, find length, and then you're going to come up and fold over that right leg. And then from here, depending on your partner, one partner can grab onto the other partner's wrist, just giving them a little bit of more of a side stretch. Really communicating, is that too much?
Sounds good. I like it.
And if they still want a little more, you can also give a little bit of a twist,
Oh, right.
pulling. But you want to go into this really slowly, really communicating. And then we'll switch. So the opposite partner is going to pull on the wrist. And I don't really want much of a And then we'll switch. So now the partner that had the massage is going to bring their legs out wide. And this is where this partner might want something under their knees, pillows, whatever. Feet don't need to be too close to the body. And then they can fold forward. Let's give a little bit of love, a little bit of massage, maybe shoulder massage, arms, forearms, just making sure it's not too much of a stretch. Having fun with this, not taking ourselves too seriously. We'll take one more breath here. And then slowly, the partner that's folded will slowly roll up.
I know it's shorter.
Totally timed it. So from here, we're gonna come onto our hands and knees into tabletop. We're gonna come side by side. Two options for this. So you can come side by side. We're gonna do some cat-cow, or for fun, you can go face to face, just making sure there's enough distance that you don't smack heads. And you might want something under your knees depending on what kind of floor you're on. So here you're going to inhale, your tailbone is going to go up to the ceiling, chest up, crown of the head. And then exhale, tucking the tailbone under, pushing through the palms of your hands. If you're in third trimester, you might want to come a bit more forward on your hands to give room in the belly. Inhaling. Maybe give your partner a funny face. Exhaling, tucking your tailbone, pushing through the palms, finding that stretch in the back. And then I invite you to just do a few more together in your own rhythm. Hello. We'll do one more round. And then we'll come back to neutral tabletop. And if you're not side by side already, we'll come back side by side. If you need something under your knees, take that. And so from here, we're going to make sure our hips are nice and close. And then we're going to come up onto our knees. We're going to wrap around each other's waists. My right leg is going to come out to the side. And you can do this, move props. You can do this one partner at a time. You can try it both at the same time. It might not be as easy. So toes pointing forward. And then you're going to take the partner on this side is going to take their right hand, place it on their thigh, and the opposite partner will take their left. You're going to unwrap, and you're going to find each other's palm. And here you should find a nice stretch. You can even go further into it if you'd like. This is lots for me. Just take a couple breaths here. And then we'll bring our arms down. We'll come back to center. Now, one partner can come in. You can also go to your hands and bring that leg back in. So you can either just switch sides or turn around, it's up to you. And then we'll just do the other side. So just wrapping to make sure we're nice and close. So I'm gonna, yeah, you can do that. If it's harder to do that, you can also start on your hands and knees, bring your leg out, and then come up. And then from here, you're gonna take your outside arm, place it on your thigh, and then you'll bend over and you'll find your partner's hand. Have a nice stretch through the side body. Breathing those shoulders down away from your ears. Taking another breath here. And then slowly coming out of that. So you can stay on this side if you'd like. Well, we're going to switch. All my props are over here. We're going to come back to tabletop. And we're going to come into a downward facing dog. So there's a few options. Especially for those with baby inside. You can either just come into a child's pose if that's what feels best for you, or you can keep your hips over your knees and just extend your arms. Otherwise, we're going to press our hands into the mats, tuck our toes, keep your knees bent, and shoot your hips, sit bones up to the ceiling. Taking a bend in one knee, then the other, just walking it out a little bit. We're only going to stay here a couple breaths. And then bending your knees, taking your feet wider if you need space for baby. We'll slowly walk our hands back to our feet. Bring our forearms to our thighs. Take a couple breaths here, especially if you're lightheaded like me. And then slowly roll up to stand. Taking a sip of your drink, whatever that may be, whenever you want. And here we're going to come into a partner tree pose. So, it'll be similar to on the ground. You need to give yourself enough room that you're not pushing each other over. But you're going to balance on your inside leg that's connected to your partner. And then you're going to bring your outside foot either to your ankle, calf, or your inner thigh. Once again, one partner at a time is helpful sometimes. And then once you get to your place where you feel stable, you're just going to connect your hands. Just using each other for support, but not pushing each other over. Now on the exhale, we can release our hands down and slowly release that outside leg. And we'll switch sides. Finding that support on the inner leg. Really planting, rooting down through so that you're not pushing your hip out. You want it to You want everything to, the force to be going down and then straight up. And you can do your leg first. And then finding either your ankle, your calf, pulling on you, sorry, your inner thigh. And once you find that stable place, not feeling stable, there we go. Just finding a connection together, supporting each other, balancing together. We'll take one more breath. And exhale, release your hand, release your leg. Shake that out. You don't need to switch back and forth, but we're going to come into another standing posture together. So warrior one. It's going to be a fairly short stance. So you'll take your right foot forward. You might even, your feet will probably overlap to stay, you want to be close enough to your partner. Your back foot, you're not going to have too wide of a stance, just a couple feet. Your back toes are going to be at about a 45-degree angle. And then you're going to fold into that front knee. And then find each other's hands.
Oh my God, okay.
Minor glitch. Just finding a bit of stretch, relaxing those shoulders down. And then just exhaling down, straightening that front leg, taking a step back, and then switching. So our left foot is going to be forward now, back foot at a 45-degree angle. Bending into that front leg, keeping those hips facing each other, and then connecting those hands. Connecting with your partner. Taking one more breath here. And then exhaling those hands down, straightening that front leg. And just checking the time, sorry. Okay, we're good. From here, we're going to go into a quick partner squat. So we're going to grab onto the forearms, similar to the other poses. You want your feet just slightly wider than hip width. And you want to go into this really slow and evenly, especially for pregnant moms. Make sure you communicate. We don't, because my partner's a little heavier than I am, so I'm catching up. I don't want him pulling me over, so slowly going down and back at the same time. You should be able to find a bit of balance, but also feel it in your legs a little bit. And we'll just take a couple breaths here. One more breath, and then together you're going to slowly come up and out of it. Shake those legs out if you want. And now for a little treat. My partner, if you have baby inside, you're going to go second for this one. You're going to stay standing. My partner is going to go into child's pose. If this is difficult for you and you need more space, you can always put a pillow or cushion, lift your bum up for a second, in here, find some space if needed. And then you're going to plant your feet over top, and we're just going to place a little bit of pressure on their low back. Maybe just giving them a little bit of a massage in the back. Being mindful not to push down too much, or at least communicate if that's too much or if you'd like more. It usually feels good to find the two little bony bumps and just put a little pressure on there. And then slowly, I'm going to come up. My partner will slowly come out of that. And then you can switch. So, bringing your toes together, knees wide. Hands stretched out in front. Once again, creating more space if needed. It should feel pretty good. If it doesn't feel good, then
You're doing it wrong.
switch it up somehow. You can take a couple more breaths here. And then we're gonna all meet on the ground again. This time, we're gonna find a seat facing our partner. Take height if you need. Being close enough to your partner that you can make a connection. Today we're really trying to connect to each other, finding that human connection that has kind of been maybe lacking a bit lately, or lost perhaps. Coming back to our breath. Closing your eyes. We're just going to take our hands and rub them together, rub the palms of our hands together, and place both hands over your own heart. Just acknowledging that love for yourself and that love and respect you have for your partner. And then from here, you're going to keep your right hand on your heart, and your left hand is going to reach across to your partner's heart or their hand, acknowledging that connection between each other. And you can stay like this, or if you have baby inside, I also invite your partner to put their hands on the baby's belly, creating that full connection. The connection, love, support between you, your partner, and the little one growing inside. You can stay like this, or you can bring your hands to your thighs. Slowly open your eyes if they're closed. And we're just going to stare into our partner's eyes. Whether that makes you smile or laugh or whatever, that's fine. Just accepting each other as we are. Thanking each other for the practice. Bring our hands into prayer, heart center. Thanking baby for joining you, if baby's there. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you for joining us. Hope you had fun. And thanks, Jamie, for joining me. Couldn't have done it without him. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.